Hi friends and welcome to today's yoga class. I wanted to share this class with you today, just something short, easy that you can do at home. No equipment or blocks unless you have them, you can use them. But with everything that's going on with coronavirus, we've been on lockdown. I'm actually not even sure. Maybe it's 8 weeks now or 6 weeks. I've lost count. But you, like me, might be finding it hard to actually do your yoga practice or your general exercising, whatever you normally do. And I thought, for me, an easy way to get back into it is to do something short and sweet, nothing too strenuous or difficult, just to get you back into it and kind of get over that initial hurdle. I know there's so many great live classes and everything on at the moment, but sometimes an hour-long yoga class can be a bit daunting when you haven't been doing it in a while. At least that's the case for me. So I thought I would film this lovely little 20-minute practice. I think it'll be 20 minutes. We'll see how it goes on for. And yeah, just take it easy, be kind and gentle with yourself. This is just going to be not so much slow. We're going to take a bit of movement in it all, but it's going to be low on the challenge level. But anyway, if you want to join me on your mat, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start sitting cross-legged, or if you prefer to sit kneeling, you can also do that. Just sitting back on the heels, whichever way. You're just going to sit with your spine nice and tall. Let the hands rest on the legs. We'll just close down the eyes for a couple of moments. Just settling yourself down here, coming onto the mat. Taking a pause between whatever you were doing before and what's coming up in the next 20 minutes as you go through this practice. So just feeling the contact points between you and the ground, the hands resting on the legs, maybe hearing any sounds either inside the space that you're in today or beyond the walls of it. And then just noticing the breath. And if it helps, you can place a hand either on the chest or on the belly just to tune into that breath. Just feeling the rise as you inhale and the fall as you exhale. And just noting the quality. Nothing is wrong or bad or good. It's just whether it's slow or fast, maybe shallow or deep. Even, or maybe there's little bumps along the way as you inhale and exhale. And just becoming aware of this. And then setting an intention for your practice today, whether it's to go 110% or maybe just to go 60% effort, whether it's just purely showing up here and taking the time for yourself. Whatever it is, for me today it's just gentleness and kindness to myself. Just repeating that intention 3 times in your mind. And releasing the hand down onto the leg again. Coming back into the space around you, feeling the air on your skin, the body pressing against the mat. Hearing any sounds around you. Gently blinking open the eyes. We're going to start off with some gentle neck rolls, so just tucking the chin into the chest, so still keeping the spine nice and tall, shoulders pulled back. And then we're going to roll the head over to the left, taking the left ear over to the left shoulder. And then we'll come back through center, taking the right ear over to the right shoulder. So we'll just do this a few times, rolling the head back and forth. Making sure the shoulder blades are drawn together. One more time each side. And then we'll do full circles, so taking the head back, looking up to the ceiling, and down, looking down to the mat, coming around. Next time coming back to center, just changing the direction. Your hair is going to be going everywhere if you're like me and have it down. One more time, going back to center. Sort out your mess of a hair. Looking back up. Just rolling the shoulders up to the ears and releasing them down the back. So just doing this slowly as you like. And we'll do one more time and then we'll come down and back to reversing the direction. So bringing the shoulders up and forward. One more time. I like to just bring them back and draw them back down the back just to get your spine neutral and standing tall. Sorry, I have hair everywhere. And then we are going to bring the hands out beside us, fingertips pointing out, so your hands are facing forward. We'll inhale, reaching them up, palms to touch, gazing up. Exhale, drawing the hands back down, palms onto the mat. Inhale, palms facing forward and then turning to face each other. Exhaling, bringing them down. Inhaling, lifting up, gazing up. Exhale, coming down. Again, we'll do this a few more times. So inhale, just feel the stretch all through the side body, through the arms, looking up. Exhale, reaching the fingertips out and then bringing them down. One more time. Inhaling up. And exhaling, bringing them back down. We'll bring the hands back up to the ceiling. Hands now shoulder distance apart. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And I'll take the right hand down onto the mat, reaching left fingertips over to the right. Inhaling here. Exhale, bring the hands back up. Inhaling here again. And exhaling, left hand down to the mat. Inhaling. And exhaling, coming back up. So we're going to take that a bit faster. Inhaling, right hand over to the side. Exhaling, reaching both hands up. Exhaling, left hand down to the mat, reaching right hand over to the left. Inhale, coming up. So exhaling to the side. Inhale, coming up. Exhaling to the left. Inhale, up. One more time each side. And then we'll come back to center, reaching the fingertips up, looking up between the hands, and then drawing the fingertips forward and down, reaching them down to the mat. So we're going to keep our chest and head lifted first. So reaching the chest as if the heart and the throat are trying to move to the space between the hands, looking forward beyond the hands. Taking a nice deep inhale to fill out the back body here. And then exhaling, releasing the head down. And if you're up a bit higher, that's fine. You can have your hands up on the fingertips. Just relaxing the head and shoulders. One more inhale here. And we'll exhale, taking our hands back towards us. And we're going to come onto tabletop. We're into tabletop. Hands and knees. Oh, I can't speak. So hands coming under shoulders. Knees underneath hips, the tops of the feet are pressing onto the mat. We're just going to take some circles around the wrists. So take them as big or small as you like. So maybe you're taking the whole body into the movement, moving the hips back as well. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So whatever way you were going before, just taking it in the opposite direction. Just feeling into the body as it moves, feeling maybe areas that might be stiff. If you haven't really been doing much movement, if you're working from home on a desk a lot, just feeling into it. And then coming back to center, we'll just do a few cat-cows. Inhaling, dropping the belly down, lifting the chest up and the gaze up to the ceiling. And exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. Inhale, turning your bum up, reaching the chest between the shoulders, looking forward and up. Exhale, starting from the tailbone to round through the spine, pressing hands into the mat. Inhale, dropping the belly down, chest lifts, gaze comes up. We'll just do a few more here. Really feeling the movement throughout your spine as you go between each pose. We'll do one more of each. And then coming back to neutral, we're just going to sit the hips back to the heels, reach the hands out in front, let the forward come onto the mat. We're coming into child's pose. So we'll just do a few breaths here. Each inhale filling up the back, feeling the space being created between the shoulders along the spine. Then exhaling to soften down. You can have the arms resting on the mat here. We don't want to be overstrained through the arms or shoulders. We're going to come up on an inhale to tabletop, tucking the toes, sending the hips back, then lifting the hips up to the ceiling, coming into our first downward facing dog. So you can pedal out the legs here. The ears are between the arms. Pressing the hands down into the mat to draw the shoulders back towards the back of the mat, and then straightening out the legs, reaching the heels to the ground. We're going to lift the right foot up to the ceiling, and then bring it through between the hands, coming into our low lunge. So you can untuck the back toes. Your knee is stacked over your ankle here. I'm just going to take some circles with the hips, so moving around. You can have your hands on your fingertips, or if you have blocks and want them a little higher, you can pop them up on the blocks. And we'll just reverse the direction of the hips. Again, like how we were doing the circles and tabletop, just noticing maybe where it's sticky, where it's stiff, maybe where there's space, and just taking notes of all these areas. So coming back to center, I'm going to look forward, reach the fingertips out in front and draw them up to the ceiling so the arms are either side of the ears. Inhaling here and exhaling. I'm going to take the hands out in front, so hands at the level of the shoulders, and then we're going to draw the right hand back, so we're twisting towards that front leg and coming with the hand back in front. So inhaling, drawing the right hand back, looking to the side of the room, and inhale, coming back. Right hand comes behind you and back in front. One more time, inhaling back. Exhaling, the hand comes out in front. Just lift the hands up to the ceiling once more, looking up to the ceiling. Inhaling here. Then exhaling, reaching the fingers forward as you bring them down, planting them either side of that front foot, tucking the back toes so you can step back to downward facing dog. We'll just have a breath or two here. Again, if you want to bend the knees, lift the hips up, or you want to pedal out the legs, feel free to take any movement you want, or if you want to be in stillness, do that too. I'm going to lift the left leg up this time, bringing it forward between the hands, and if your foot doesn't make it the whole way, if it's just getting to here, you can release the back knee down and just use your hand to scooch the leg forward. So again, we're going to come with our circles, so rotating the hips around, just creating some space here. Getting familiar with our body. And then coming in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, looking forward, reaching the fingers forward and then up. And you're pressing the front foot and the top of the back foot into the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the hands out in front, and again we're going to take the left hand to the back of the mat, so we're twisting towards that front leg, that bent leg. Taking the hand back in front, inhale, drawing it back, twisting through the spine. Exhale, bringing it forward. Inhale, bringing it back, opening up through the shoulders. Exhale, coming forward. One last time. And forward. Reaching the hands up to the ceiling. Looking up, inhaling to reach through the fingers. Exhale, drawing the fingers forward and down, framing the front foot, tucking the back toe and sending the hips back and up to downward facing dog. So taking a few breaths here. If you want to come down to child's pose, you can always do that as well. Now we're going to shift forward. So we're going to roll through the spine, coming into a plank. So kind of like when you're doing your cat and cow. We're going to, excuse me, roll through the spine, so pushing through the shoulders, coming to our plank, dropping the knees down onto the mat. Then keeping your bum up, so you're kind of almost sticking your bum up and just shifting it back an inch or two. And then lowering the shoulders down to the mat, keeping the bum lifted. And then sliding the chest forward and tucking the toes, so you're coming onto the ground. And then inhaling to lift into your cobra. Exhale, pushing into the hands, so you can come back through tabletop and back to downward facing dog. So we're going to do that again 2 more times. So rolling through the spine, so rounding the spine, waving forward, dropping the knees, sticking the bum up, shifting it back a little bit, dropping the shoulders down to the mat, and then sliding the chest forward between the hands. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. So inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, push into the hands. Tuck the toes, come up to downward facing dog. 1 more time, rippling through the spine, coming forward to plank. Dropping the knees, taking the bum back and lifting it up. Lowering the shoulders down and sliding forward into cobra. Pressing into the hands to come through tabletop and back to downward facing dog. We'll just hold here for 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And one last time, I'm going to ripple forward, coming into our plank. Taking the knees onto the mat, and this time keeping the spine straight. So from your bum up to your shoulders, keeping it all one straight line as you lower the chest in onto the mat. So you're coming lying down. This time arms are coming either side of the body. So your fingertips are reaching back, palms facing the legs. We're going to inhale to lift the legs up off the mat, zipping them up and lifting the chest. Taking an inhale here and then exhale, lowering down. You can take the head onto one side. We'll do that again in a moment. Taking the head back to center, zipping up the legs, drawing the fingertips back. Inhale, lifting the thighs, lifting the chest. Looking forward as we come into locust. Exhaling as you hold the pose. 1 more inhale. And exhale, coming down, turning your face to the opposite direction as before. We'll do it 1 more time. Head coming back to center, zipping up the legs, toes and fingertips reaching back. Inhale, lifting the legs, lifting the chest. We'll hold here for a few breaths, just inhaling to fill the belly. Exhaling as you hold it. Try to find some softness somewhere while you're reaching back. Maybe in the face, maybe smile a little bit. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release down, hands coming either side of the shoulders and just pressing back, taking the knees wide, coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So big toes are touching, letting the head and the chest come down onto the mat. And if your forehead isn't reaching the mat, you can always put a block, or if you have a cushion or something like that, you can put that onto your mat so your head can rest there and you can release any holding in the shoulders and the neck. So just noticing the breath as it slows down here. Noticing maybe where the thoughts drift off to as you hold this quiet pose for a little bit longer. And gently taking the attention back to the breath whenever you notice that attention drifting off. We're going to start walking the hands back to the body so we can come up to seated. And we'll take the legs out to one side, dropping the hips over, and we can come to seated. So I'm just going to turn to face you guys. I'm going to extend the feet out in front. We're just going to come into staff pose first. So hands either side of the hips. Just sitting up tall, drawing the shoulders down the back. Heels are on the mat, toes pointing up. Belly is drawn in. I'm going to reach the hands up, inhaling here as we reach up. And exhaling, drawing the fingers forward and down. And wherever the hands reach, so they might come to the knees or the shins, or maybe they do come onto the feet. So just resting them there. You're not going to pull with the hands. You're just letting them rest there. Reaching more so through the chest forward. We'll inhale, just lifting and straightening the spine. And then exhale, folding down. So I'll do this a few times. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, rounding it, releasing down. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward and lengthening, and exhale, folding down. One more time, inhaling, lifting up, and exhale, folding down. We'll just relax here for a few moments. Feeling the breath filling up the back body with each inhale. Just releasing something with every exhale. One more round of breath. And then we'll come back up to seated. We're going to bend the left leg in and taking the right leg out to the side. So we're having the left leg bent, sole of the foot coming to the inner thigh. We're going to take the right hand onto the right leg, so wherever it reaches, whether it's the thigh or the shin, or maybe you reach the foot. And then you're turning the torso to face in the direction of the bent knee. So my left knee is bent, turning to face the left. Then you're going to reach your left hand up and alongside the ear, taking your gaze to where the wall meets the ceiling on that side wall that you're facing. So you're getting a great, lovely stretch through the whole side body here. And also on the back of the right leg, the left hip. I'm trying to keep the chest open so we're not folding forward, peeling that left shoulder back so you're open up to the ceiling. We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, coming back up. Oh, that feels really good. I was doing an ab workout earlier and there was a lot of side abs focused. So we're going to do that again now on the other side. So left hand on the extended left leg, right knee bent, reaching the right hand alongside the ear and then over to the side. Again, facing the direction the bent knee is pointing to. And the gaze can come up to the line where the wall meets the ceiling. Just feeling with each inhale, almost like there's a balloon inside the side of your body, and it's just filling up with each inhale, creating so much space. Then exhale, maybe seeing where you can relax. Maybe your shoulders are a bit stiff, trying to soften there. Maybe you're holding tension in your jaw or your forehead. Just finding somewhere where you can relax. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up. Maybe give the shoulders a little wiggle out. Take the legs out in front, give them a little bounce. And we're just going to do a little twist before we come down to lying. So you can, we'll do your left leg out in front, bend the right knee, step it over if you can, and if not, just leave it bent and on the inside left leg. Going to hug the right knee in, inhale, lifting the spine up, and then exhale, twisting to the left hand comes behind you. So you can face the side of the room for the first few breaths, and then with each inhale and exhale, you might get some more space and you might be able to turn to face to the back of the room. You can also take the right elbow outside the knee so you can twist around. I'm actually doing this wrong, it's the other way around. Sorry now, we're twisting the wrong way. let's forget all that. Let's go back to start. So our left leg is extended, right knee, all that part was right. We're going to inhale and turn to the right. Right hand comes behind you, gazing to the side of the room before you twist the whole way. The left arm comes onto the outside of the right knee. I was thinking something's not feeling right here. Do one more inhale. Exhale, coming forward, extending the right leg out, bending the left leg in, either staying here or stepping it over. Inhaling, hugging the leg in. And exhale, this time returning to the left. Taking the right elbow outside of the left knee. Maybe the gaze comes towards the back of the room, but no worries if it can't. Just keeping looking at the side of the room, or just slowly bring it a little bit back. One more inhale. Exhale to unravel, extending the legs, again rolling out the shoulders. My shoulders get quite stiff, so I like to do this a lot. And then we're going to come onto the mat, toes at the top of the mat, reaching the fingers forward and just slowly, gently rolling down, bending the knees into the chest, giving them a little hug, maybe rolling side to side. And then we'll come into Shavasana, extending out our legs, taking the arms either side of the body, letting the eyes close down here. Just resting here, savouring that feeling that you've just accomplished this short practice, getting back into it, getting back into your normal routine. Just letting your body relax. Letting the mind relax. And then gently taking your attention back into the body, becoming aware just of the contact points between you and the ground, feeling the air against your skin. Drawing the breath into the belly. So just deepening the breath a little bit here. And starting to take some movement in the body, maybe wiggling the shoulders and the hips, and letting that movement transfer out into moving the arms, moving the legs, moving the hands and feet, maybe moving the head side to side. Reaching the hands overhead, cracking your knuckles if you're like me. Taking a big inhale here as you reach. And exhale, releasing the effort, taking the legs bent, rolling over to your right side, making a little cushion with the hands. Savouring this position here. The comfort and the softness of it. And then pressing into the hands, bringing yourself back up, coming back to seated. So again, whatever way was comfortable for you at the beginning of class. Closing down the eyes again, letting the hands rest on the legs. Feeling that grounding of you, your body pressing against the mat. Feeling the extra space you've created, the extra bit of strength, the extra bit of energy and life that you've brought into your body through this practice. And just thanking yourself for coming, I was going to say coming here, but coming to your space in your home that you've practiced today. that you've taken the time to look after yourself, to put yourself first. To do something to look after you. We'll take our hands into prayer at the heart center. Bring our head to our heart, our head and heart to our body, and bowing down to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that short and sweet little practice just to get you back into the swing of things. If you've been missing your practice or finding it hard to prioritise, I find that was just, I did it a few days ago and it just brought me back into it without any pressure, just gentle, easy little flow. I hope you have a great day or a great evening, whatever time of day it is for you, and I'll see you next time.